Section 4. Extension of Code to Extraterritorial Offences. Description. Section 4 of the IPC provides for the extension of the provisions of the Code to certain offences committed by Indian citizens outside the territorial jurisdiction of India, subject to certain conditions. The offences referred to in the Section 4 are specific offences committed by Indian citizens outside the territory of India, as mentioned in the Indian Penal Code. These offences include crimes such as treason, counterfeiting Indian currency, and offences against the state. Example: let's consider an example of an Indian citizen who commits an act of treason against the Indian government while residing in the foreign country. If an Indian citizen conspires against the Indian state or engages in activities that threaten its security while being outside the territory limits of India, they can be held accountable and punished under the Indian Penal Code upon their return to India. Cognizance. Cognizance of offences falling under Section 4 may depend on the various factors, including the willingness of the foreign country to cooperate with Indian authorities, extradition treaties, and the nature of the offence. The Indian authorities may need to gather evidence and establish jurisdiction in coordination with international legal process. Bailability. The bailability of offences falling under Section 4 would depend on the specific offence committed and its corresponding provisions in the IPC. Some offences may be bailable, allowing the accused person to seek bail, while others may non-bailable, requiring the accused to approach the court for bail. Trial. The trial for offences falling under Section 4 would be conducted by the courts established under the Indian legal system. The specific code would depend on the nature and severity of the offence. The trial may involve gathering evidence, witnesses, and legal procedure necessary to establish the guilt or innocence of the accused. The punishment for offences falling under Section 4 would be determined by the provisions of the Indian Penal Code corresponding to the specific offence. The IPC specify different punishment for different offences, which may include imprisonment, fines, or both. It is important to note that the application and enforcement of IPC Section 4 would depend on various legal jurisdiction and diplomatic factors. The involvement of foreign jurisdiction and international cooperation may be required in cases where offences are committed outside the territorial limits of India. Please keep in mind the specific details such as the applicable punishment and procedural aspects would be defined in the relevant sections of the Indian Penal Code corresponding to the particular offence falling under Section 4. Section 4 allows for the extension of the IPC to certain extraterritorial offences committed by Indian citizens.